I recorded some games with my friend Solodragon, who is still leveling up their account. Solodragon has recently found my channel, so I hope you enjoy watching the video I made of our gameplay together. Let's have a quick look at your loadout. So all your blasters are at level 10, you're using the Ultra Select with the first two modes unlocked and the heal card, makes it the perfect sniper to play with. You're also using the Brain Saw, which has got the melee people in front of you and the healing kicking in twice as quick. Using it with the sneak attack, so that's really good for getting up front and killing people. And then finally you're using the Trilogy, again at level 10 with the power card that boosts your abilities, so you're moving faster as you take damage and you have got more range on it, so that's a really good tanky blaster. Let's have a look at some games. I think we played for about half an hour and I recorded 2 sets of videos, and unfortunately I think I accidentally deleted the first one, or it got corrupted, which is a shame because I lost some really good gameplay footage, including the 3-on-3, which I wanted to showcase, but these are just pinball games, so let's have a look. So, no particular threats on the opponent side. The double punch is probably the scariest blaster. So we're starting off with the Ultra Select, and I'm taking the left flank. Solodragon's got the right flank, and then you've got our third player there, the random join-in, who is using the Ultra Sniper Rifle, the Pharaoh, and for some reason running up front with the tokens, so just taking the tokens over to the enemy side. Doesn't matter, so you can see the tactics being employed by Solodragon and I. See how we're not pushing forward, we're trying to hold our side and basically maintain control of the field. When it's safe, we'll move up and pick up some tokens. So far so good. Solodragon holding their own and staying in position, not rushing forward, which you might want to do with the other blasters, but when you're using the Ultra Select, this is the best way to use it, and you can see that these tactics are being employed. We both played a game with Mr. Crow recently, and between the three of us we had some absolutely fantastic tactics going on, which is one of the reasons I jumped at the chance to add Solodragon as a friend and make this video together. So we've got a coordinated push coming down the right hand flank now. Unfortunately they take Solo out. I managed to recover all but one of these tokens. And then Solo using that teleport with the Brain Saw, getting straight back in and taking out that threat, neutralising the field. Solo down and respawning, so I'm just going to fall back a little bit and just try and hold this position if I can. Solo coming back in with the shotgun there. This blaster looks a lot of fun. I've not played with it. You see it's got like tremendous knockback on it. So, oh, perfect. Yeah, see how high it can knock people. So I do want to give that a go at some point. Unfortunately, Solo gets taken out again. I'm under the cosh, so I can't recover those tokens immediately. But thankfully, the healing card coming in clutch there. And now we've got all 10 tokens. I've got 9, so I'm just going to grab this 10th, run back, and that way, if Solo happens to get taken out with that 10th, we will still keep the countdown going. So I can see Solo running forward there, basically playing distraction. Drops the token, it doesn't matter. So there you go, really good coordinated effort there, and that was a good first game. It wasn't actually our first game, this was probably like our 7th or 8th, but it's the first one on the video because I lost the others. Never mind that, straight into the next game. So now we're in Pinball Arena 2 with those long tubes. Great for the Ultra Select. Let's have a look at what our opponents are rocking. Okay, we've got an opposing Rivonics, and we've also got that Tri-Blaster Dino thing. So I'm going to start with the Ultra Select, but we need to look out for that Rivonics. That could be a problem, particularly if it's level 14 and it's got that stun ability. So we'll see where we go. So you can see I'm starting off holding back. Our third teammate just running in and kind of taking all the damage, tanking. Thankfully they're using the shield because they'd be dead already, so just going to run up, grab a couple of tokens. As you can see, our teammate has just taken those tokens and dropped them off at the opposing side. We're not going to rush forward and try and get them. We'll wait to see if our opponents bring them back to us, but really we're trying to hold the centre line. And as you can see from the minimap, both Solo and I are doing the same thing. Kind of holding the right and left flank, but really you need to hug close to that centre tube to be able to get line of sight on your opponents as they spawn, and the idea is that you want to try and take them out as quick as possible to interrupt the flow of their blaster respawns so that they can't make a coordinated push. And to be honest, so far so good, we're doing okay. And the Rivonics hasn't caused us a problem so far, but that remains to be seen. One thing that you do have to be really careful of on this level is those two swinging hammers in the middle. It can be really easy to get hit by them, and the pinballs can kind of come out of nowhere as well. I found if I play this map without the sound on, I get taken out by the pinballs far too often. So we've got 9 of the 10 tokens, and as you can see, our opponents haven't really managed to make a coordinated push to us. The 10th token is on the opposing side and our 3rd teammates picked it up, but it doesn't matter because I've got these. And now all we need to do is fall back. And you can see Solodragon there has got a really good line of sight, so this should be a nice easy victory for us. And the opponent's just not managing to make a real push on us the entire game. That was very well controlled, and there you can see the power of having 2 ultra selects on the battlefield at the same time. Okay, let's jump into the next game. Okay, the arena with the ramp at the back and the teleporters, I think it's arena 3, doesn't say it there. And the opponents, Titan and the Triceratops might cause us a problem. Apart from that, there's nothing threatening, so let's see how we get on. So I've got the right hand flank at the beginning. And you can see fast heavy damage coming from both the right and the left flank. That's me and Solo. And the first wave is already down, so they're respawning back in. Our teammate Lollipop's running in there with the brain saw and just taking people out, so that's the second wave down. Wow, we're really dominating here, so we've already taken out all 3 opponents twice, and now we've got to the point where they're just kind of spawning intermittently. We're picking up the tokens, and now there's just no opponents at all, so we've completely dominated them. Hopefully they'll respawn in dribs and drabs, and that should just enable us to control the centre of the field without issue. So they're starting to spawn back in, we're keeping damage and fire onto them, and you see how it's just interrupting them. They're not able to make a coordinated push because they're getting spawn killed. And Lollipop here is really doing a good job of playing that forward role, using the brain saw very effectively, and having 2 snipers on each flank. That's just a dream if you're playing that attack role. So once again, we've managed to clear the field of all opponents, and we've got 8 of the tokens. This is looking like it's going to be a very quick victory for us. I strongly suspect that Lollipop Gamer is not a bot, just given the way they're behaving. They're playing smart, so it appears as if all 3 players are playing together tactically, and you don't get that with bots. You tend to just kind of rush in and then rush for the tokens. You don't see any sort of coordination. So there we go, we're already at 10 tokens. So all we need to do is fall back and protect them. Should be nice and easy, really. And finally, we get a coordinated push. I rush through the teleporter because my teammates died, and all I need to do is just hold on here. And you can see both the teammates now rushing up the field to support me, so that I'm not alone and that we get the victory. Had they just kind of hung back, maybe I would have been taken out and we would have had a bit of a to and fro, but didn't need to worry about that. Once again, really good teamwork. Can't emphasize enough how much fun it is playing with other players who actually know what they're doing and actually pay attention to what their teammates are doing. Huge difference to just playing with random pickups, or worse, with bots who actively hinder you. Let's face it, the bots are not helpful. Anyway, enough of my rant about playing with teammates. Let's have a look at the next game. So we're back into, I think it's arena 3, it never shows a number, very strange. Let's have a look at what our opponents are using. And nothing threatening really, nothing that can stand up to a Rivonics. The worst you can get is a ghoul grinder to the back. So coming in with the ultra select once again, let's see how we get on. So going for a similar tactic here, run forward, collect the tokens, taking out the opponents very quickly, and the first wave already dead. That was brilliant, what a start. We've got our teammate running in with a sniper rifle again, and me and Solo standing back with the ultra selects, just laying down fire. And once again we've taken out the second wave, and now we've got to the point where they're not even spawning in at the same time, and we've cleared the field completely. Again, brilliant, really good. So even though our teammate is forward with a sniper class, for whatever reason, it doesn't seem to matter because we're controlling the field with the 2 ultra selects and just picking up the tokens. Needs to finish this person advancing on the left, and yep, they're gone. So yeah, if you're playing the sniper class, if you've got a sniper rifle, don't run forward. I cannot emphasize that enough. At least this time they're using the brain saw, which is more appropriate for being up front. I'm going to go ahead and assume that's a bot because you don't tend to see real players run in with a sniper rifle knowing that they can't handle that close combat. Not that it matters, we've got this completely under control. The battlefield is fully locked down as it stands. Hopefully we won't get a coordinated push from the opponents before we take all the tokens, but it is likely to happen. If you watch these games, you'll see the cycles happening. So here we go, they're spawning back in. We've got the tokens, so all we need to do is survive. I don't have all 10, so I'm just standing my ground and protecting our teammates should we need to. But it's looking very unlikely. 3 seconds to go, no opponents spawning. There we are, another easy victory. Okay, we've got one more game to look at. I'm just going to jump straight to it. Okay, so we're back in Arena 2 with the long tubes and those swinging hammers that cause me all sorts of problems. Let's see what the opponents have got. The Boom Dozer and the Ultra Strike, both capable of quite heavy damage. Other than that, nothing to particularly worry about. Let's see how this game goes. So Solo and I have both got really good line of sight down there. Solo has to pull to the left because our teammate just ran directly in front of them. Again, that's what happens when you don't coordinate, but it doesn't matter. We took the first wave out. Our teammates ran in, taken the token with them, but it doesn't matter. We're not going to run forward for that. We're going to control the centre, just like we did in the last game. Ooh, Solo getting taken out, and they will spawn back in. And see how they've come in with a brain saw and immediately use a sneak attack to get forward. So now they're playing a completely different class, so I can hold the centre and collect the tokens. And just look at them go, look, absolutely ripping them apart, allowing me to snipe without the enemies paying any attention to what I'm doing. And just again, complete and total domination. Getting hit by the pinball, but that does happen when you hold in the middle. Getting hit by the hammer. Those environmental hazards on this level are quite annoying. So Solo's respawned and they're coming up the middle. And you see on the minimap there, they just stop and hold in the centre with us. Once again, we're doing a good job of controlling it. Our third teammates respawn back in. And of course, just running straight forward. Although they've got that stego smash, which really you want to be forward with that, because when you do contact to the enemies, it causes massive knockback, so you see them bouncing into the air. That's a stego smash doing that. So, and our teammate manages to recover the token and come back with it. That's surprising, although they take it straight back to the other side. So even though that we're on 10 tokens, we can't retreat because our teammate at least was forward. They get net back and then they just run straight forward again. So I need to pick that token up, which I do, just in the nick of time. I picked it up a split second before our teammate dropped their token, allowing us to take the victory. Another great game, another easy win. I had a really good time playing with Solodragon. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.